Yeah, the decision came up the last few months, I would say. I had really some tough years behind me with a lot of injuries. I had so much pain in my body, and somehow I survived it. Right now I'm feeling good, but still I know I'm very limited now physically. I'm getting older and older, and I don't have the same level like I had before. I'm for a 43-year-old man, I'm still okay, but to compete against the youngsters, it's getting more and more difficult, and I feel that I'm not satisfied anymore about my performances more and more often, and I get a little bit frustrated, and yeah, I did that now for so many years, and I thought it could be a nice ending with the Olympic Games. It feels right for me, and if you get this feeling, you shouldn't hesitate. Yeah, it's true. I mean, to come that far, to play for such a long period on such a high level, then you have to love what you are doing, and yeah, table tennis was always my big love. I always had fun to compete, to practice, to hang around with the table tennis family, and I have many friends in the circuit, Germans, Europeans, Chinese friends, and it's really nice to see them every week, every second week, somewhere else in the world. And I mean, I watched with Fan Zhendong a lot of football games, and these are really nice relationships, and sometimes it's even more important to have these relationships than the sport itself. Of course, it changed my life. I mean, when I became professional when I was 16, yeah, I thought I could be maybe a good German player, play for a club, play maybe until 29, 30, and then do a normal job. But yeah, the career was running much better than I thought. And now I have the freedom to do whatever I like. So, and also, yeah, I could travel the world. I could meet many different people, different cultures. So I became also a different human being. I was taught by so many different people, coaches, trainers, friends, and yeah, I'm happy to meet so many interesting people on the tour. This is hard to say. I mean, of course, my first world title when I won the World Cup 2002 in Jinan, beating my idol Kong Linghui in the final here in China was very special. I will never forget that moment where I felt so much pressure, and I was really afraid to win against my idol, and emotionally maybe our first medal with the German team in the Olympic Games in Beijing 2008 when we beat Japan in the semi-final, and the medal was sure. And I could win the last game at 2-2, so every one of us was crying, and it was really emotional. And to celebrate with a team, it's always much nicer than individual. I think from the level, my best tournament was the World Cup 2005, where I could beat the best three Chinese players in a row, Wang Liqin, Ma Lin, and Wang Hao. So this happened also not often. I mean, within the table tennis evolution, also the Chinese players evolved a lot. They always adapted to the new style, to rule changes, and they always had the strength to be still the best players in the world and always bring out new players, new style of players. And this was interesting for me. It kept me alive to also improve my game, and I also changed a lot from a teenager. And what I play now, I mean, it's a total different sport, I would say. But yeah, especially because of the rule changes, the whole game changed itself, and also the kind of way of playing the Chinese do it now. Yeah, it's more complete. Like when I started, most of the Chinese players just played forehand and had a very good footwork. And now they are so complete. They don't have a weak point, and it's really hard to get points against them. But in every decade, it felt like, oh, the Chinese players are perfect and it cannot get better. And every new generation, put the level even more up. And so this was really interesting. And now I also feel that the players are nearly perfect. It cannot get better, but I'm sure the evolution of the sport is still not at the end. I mean, for me it will be different because I will just play the team event. I always played singles and doubles or team. So it will be a quite short Olympic game for me. On the other hand, it will be quite emotional to have your last international tournament, and that's something for sure very special. And I'm a little bit afraid to keep my level high. I mean, it's now very close to the Olympic Games, and I pushed myself really to a very good level again. But anyway, you play for your country and for your team, and you want to give your best and show your best performance, especially at the end. So I don't want to stop with a poor performance. I mean, just try to have fun. I mean, it's not about the life. It's about your love, your hobby, and of course it's your profession, and you have to keep it professional, but always try to fight fair and get the right balance. I mean, you won't play well if you are too I mean, if you want it too much, and on the other hand, you have to try your best to get the best out of yourself. So it's always hard to find the right balance, but it's the experience will help in the end. Yeah, as I have a contract with my German club for 1 more year, so I will fulfill that. But after that, I will completely finish my table tennis career. And I think I'm not the type for being a coach, because I want to change also a little bit my lifestyle. To go on like that, it wouldn't be fair for my family, because they withstand with their own life, and I couldn't give them so much time. For me it's important to spend more time now with my family at home, and I have a young daughter. She's 10 years old, and I mean, she's yelling already a lot of times, "Papi, when are you coming home?" And so I don't want to have that feeling anymore. She's playing a little bit table tennis, but not because of me, because her schoolmates, they started to play table tennis, and then she also tried a little bit. but not professional, just for fun. And that's okay for me. Yeah, I mean, he's very open-minded and he's a big sport fan, and he loves to talk about sport and especially football. And yeah, he was asking me during the champion in Frankfurt if we can go together, because we lost both quite early. If we can visit a game of Dortmund, and yeah, I fulfilled his dream, and I think it was a nice experience for him. And hopefully in the future we can have more time to do these things outside of the table tennis venue. I mean, he became a good friend, but also other players are. I think the whole Chinese team is very open-minded, and they are good guys, and they're looking also outside of the table tennis world. I mean, I won't go back from my retirement, but yeah, I have a lot of partnerships which are looking for the Chinese market, so I will come back quite often in the next few years to China. I don't know, maybe we can do some nice event, maybe for charity, where we can have a friendly match, not a serious match, but do something good for maybe poor people or people who need help. This could be maybe something, but we haven't planned something so far. I mean, this is too fresh now, but for professional sport, this is definitely the end.